What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are having an amazing Thursday evening. So, Don Robinson, one of the founding members of En Vogue, has come online on social media and has shared with us that she has been living in her car for the past 3 years, which is heartbreaking because Don Robinson, she's beautiful, she's talented. Um, you know, it's just it's always really sad to see what or hear what some of our you know icons in the music industry have gone through. I mean, I remember when Left Eye was really transparent about how TLC could sell millions of records but yet still be broke. So, I want you guys to hear from Dawn in her own words about her story, and then I'll give some commentary at the end.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. Been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. Let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA. And he said, you need to come back to LA. Okay. And he said that I could stay with him. So I was like, okay. He's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually did have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys, because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there, and so I would take video and send it to him. He's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. And I felt like he was playing games, and I knew he was playing games, and I wasn't the one. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to make this easier on you because financially, I know it's got to be hard. You're paying your rent and you're paying my hotel. His apartment was $1,700 a month. And then my hotel was over 3,000. Yeah. So, and I was always stressed every week because he would pay weekly for the hotel. So every week I was like, oh my God, can you afford it? Are you okay? And he's like, no, I can't. But I'm getting it together. What? You're the one who said to go to the hotel and you're not approving any of the apartments. Like, it would be so much cheaper to just get me into an apartment. Like, what's the problem? This is not like, oh my God, poor Dawn. She's living in her car. It's terrible. Oh, what was me? It's not that. It's not like I said, I'm learning about who I am. I'm learning myself as a person, as a woman. And I didn't think if you would have said to me while I was in En Vogue, you're going to be living in your car one day, I'd be like, huh? No, I'm always going to have an apartment. I can't live in my car. How can I do that? I won't be able to live in my car. We say that we can't do certain things before we even know we're capable. I'm glad that I made this choice because I needed to go through this fire. If some of you are on your spiritual journey, you may know or may have heard of something called Dark Night of the Soul. And that's when you go through like a period of isolation, a period of separating yourself from family and friends. And I'm in the trenches of this right now. And I'm like, I wouldn't trade my experiences and what I've gone through for the world. I hope from this you can gather that, wow, Donna can do that. I could do anything. It's been an unexpected path that I've enjoyed quite a bit. It's not like, oh my God, she's got somebody to help her every day. I don't. It's just me. But that's the beauty of it. Like learning that I can do all these things myself. Wow. Come on, I'm really, really, really proud of myself. I was talking to someone about filming this, actually getting some more footage and filming this for me, and they were saying, well, people might think this is a publicity stunt. I'm like, there are many things that people have done for publicity stunts. Saying that I'm living in my car and actually not living in my car would be a stupid publicity stunt, but this is not publicity. I have all the footage from Vegas to LA to prove that. So once you guys see my actual documentary, you'll know. This was no joke, and it is not something that I would have chosen, but I'm glad that I put myself out here.
Okay, so a few things, right? One, again, it's so heartbreaking because we know Dawn from not only En Vogue but from Lucy Pearl, and she actually did an interview with I forget the guy's name, but she talked about how essentially Lucy Pearl broke up because her castmates Raphael, she spoke a lot more about Raphael and his jealousy versus Ali. But she said, like, even when they were touring and doing things overseas, people would want to speak with her more so. And Raphael, he got really upset by that. At one point he went off on somebody and was like, don't you see us sitting here? Um, and Don was trying to explain to him that, her time with En Vogue, it just made her a lot more of a household name. They were a bigger group. And that's not to say that Tony wasn't a big group. They put out some great music. But I feel like, En Vogue at that time was just the name recognition was bigger. Um, and so he got upset, and she said that's essentially what happened. He disbanded the group because of jealousy, which is unfortunate. So Lucy Pearl's broken up. My thing is, you know she said that she had known Raphael since they were kids, um, that she had a mortgage of $1,500, and she said that the contract that she signed essentially with Raphael, it wasn't in her best interest financially. And she told him, that I'm going to lose my house. And he's like, well, it's pretty much every man for himself. And $1,500 really isn't that much, especially when you think about everything that Dawn has done throughout her career. It's heartbreaking to know that, because she wasn't living above her means. She was a celebrity, but $1,500 is a very reasonable mortgage. She ended up losing her home. And, Raphael, he was a songwriter. If you guys know anything about, songwriting, I mean, Candy, uh, Burris Tucker and Tiny both talked about this, where that's really where the money is in the music industry. The talent, unfortunately, especially if you have a bad contract, which Dawn said that she did, um, you know, she said that that's not really where talent really doesn't get paid um, well. And Raphael, as we know, Raphael Sadiq is an amazing songwriter, so I'm sure he had some nice royalties and residuals from that. So hopefully, Dawn, getting her story out, she can get some type of um, some booking set up. I would love to see her, even if she started a YouTube channel or TikTok or whatever, write some of her own music, her own, original material. Now that we have the internet, because it wasn't big back then when En Vogue was at their height, or even, again, Tony, or even Lucy Pearl. Dance Tonight was an amazing song, but I was a kid. I don't remember the internet really being as big as it is. So now that she has a phone, she can connect with her audience directly. She doesn't have to go through the music industry or anything like that. Because she's still, she's beautiful, she's talented, her voice is amazing. She's the one who sang lead on En Vogue's biggest hit, Don't Let Go. But she doesn't have the money from that, and it's heartbreaking, it's heart wrenching. One of my favorite content creators, Make It Make Sense, Mims, he said that he was going to reach out to Tamika Scott. And if you guys remember from their show that they did with SWV, she fell out with her sister over that $30,000. Hopefully, they can get in contact with Tiny's mom and I think it was called Sound Sound Exchange. I think that's what it was, where they have royalties set aside for the members of musical groups and things like that. That's where the $30,000 came from. Tamika Scott wasn't even aware of it until Tiny's mom, made her cognizant of the money that is available through the streaming platform and the music that these artists have earned and royalties. So I'm hoping that Dawn and Terry and Maxine and Cindy um, can recoup some of that money, and that can help her get on her feet. But I'd love to see her, even if she started out in like coffee shops, or just starting small. Whether she wanted to sing at, I don't know, comedy clubs, whatever, just something that can get some money in her pocket, put some coins in her pocket, so that she's not relying on her manager or her parents or you know whoever, right? She can be independent and self-reliant, because we hate to see that, you know what I mean? Like, she's done an amazing work throughout the years, and En Vogue was just a wonderful group. I'd love to see them come back together. I don't know if they could move past everything that happened in that was what, the 90s was when they were at their peak, and it's like, it's 2025. It's time to put those things aside and come back together. I know they have a new member now, but if New Edition can do it, you know what I mean? So can En Vogue. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to see her still living in her car. I feel like there's a reason why she's made this video now. She's been living in her car for the past 3 years. And I'm sure that, somebody somewhere in the music industry can help her get on her feet. I mean, yeah, she's been too iconic. I mean, En Vogue and even Lucy Pearl were amazing groups, in the music industry, in the entertainment industry growing up. But I feel like they're so exploited. That's what not T-Boz. Well, T-Boz and Chilean, but Left Eye was specifically very vocal about that before her untimely passing. And I want to see them, I want to see our artists, especially the older ones, be able to retire well and live with dignity. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'm hoping that Mims or somebody does in the industry reach out to Dawn. I hope that she does have some money that Sound Exchange can give her, whether it's $30,000 or around there. That would be amazing. That would help her. That would be enough to help her get on her feet until she can book some shows. And even if, like I said, even if she was doing things as a solo artist, I would go out and support her. She still has an amazing voice. So I hope that, she is able to get on her feet, and maybe, like I said, if, she doesn't want to perform by herself, she can reconcile with En Vogue. I'd love to see a reunion tour from those ladies. I feel like they would do very well. I mean, Escape is doing very well, and it's only three of them. So, but yeah, I want to see her. I want to see an update, and I really want to see her, you know, thrive. So, anyway, you guys, let me know your thoughts about what Don said about everything that's going on in the entertainment industry. Like I said, my heart breaks, and I hope that she has people rallying around her. That she can find a support system to help her move from her car into a nice apartment. So, anyway, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.